Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I'm in the Rubus or raspberry slash blackberry slash bramble collection of Chibodas Botanic Gardens in Java. Chibodas Botanic Gardens are highland botanic gardens, and in the equatorial area, well, in equatorial Indonesia and Southeast Asia, the diversity of brambles in the lowlands is quite low. Actually, I only see Rubus mollucanus in the lowlands, but in the mountains you have a lot of species and very distinct species. Not like in Germany where they have described thousands of Rubus species, but they all look the same. I can recognize maybe 10 of them, and most botanists can recognize only 2 or so. Well, let's see what we have here, because those species, unlike the German ones, look very distinct. Rubus hexagonus. Never encountered this one before. Doesn't seem to be incredibly spiny. Yeah, they are prickles. The leaves don't look like what we are used for from Rubus leaves. They look a lot more like, I don't know, fraxinus leaves, ash leaves. No fruits or flowers on this one, unfortunately. Also, the rubuses are here quite in the shade. I wonder why. Usually rubuses like a lot of sun. Rubus cumultissimus. Well, the plant is dead. Or no, it's not. There is actually a tiny remnant of the plant here. Look at that. Rubus lineatus. I have encountered this, I think, on Kawa Ijen, on the volcano with the blue fire, which people call blue lava. Yes, there I have eaten this Rubus. More of it. Also, unfortunately, without fruits or flowers, but seeing the plants and the leaves alone is already quite a big bonus for me. Rubus hexagonus. That means it has 6 stigmata, and it has huge fruit bunches. I mean, the fruits might not be, well, for 6 stigmata you didn't do a very good job for pollination. The fruits are not big, but they taste like typical Rubus fruits. However, tropical Rubuses might disappoint you. They don't have this beautiful raspberry or blackberry flavor. They are just sour. I mean, sour bramble fruits are better than no bramble fruits, but still, I think until now, if I had to rate all the Rubus species I've ever tried, all 3 would be native to Europe, none to the tropics. Rubus mollucanus. Yeah, this is the standard bramble in the lowlands, the only one which is quite common. Let's try it. This has some bitterness in its sourness even, but that's not too typical for Rubus mollucanus. It has those typical leaves. However, sometimes they can even be more entire. Here they have a couple specimens of Rubus mollucanus. Well, what have we got here? No big label. Oh. Rubus lineatus. This is actually one they are trying to promote around here as a fruit shrub. They are selling the fruits in front of the botanic garden, together with blackberries and mulberries. And unlike in most of Southeast Asia, they're actually naming them correctly. Naming those one raspberries, naming the other one blackberries, naming the strawberries correctly strawberries, and naming the mulberries correctly mulberries. I guess when you sell in front of a botanic garden and you tell people wrong names, the botanists come out and scold you. Well, so this one you can buy in front of the botanic garden. What is this? This does not even look like a Rubus. Zorius. You should clean those labels a little bit. Well, it's not a Rubus, so we leave it alone. Here is the next Rubus. Quite lanuginose leaves. Reddish underneath. Oh, the last one I didn't turn over the leaves. They are greenish underneath, but those are reddish underneath. And here is the label. What is this? Rubus. Oh, Xanthoni pins. You figure it out, folks. You write me in the comments what this is supposed to be. More Rubuses. Oofa. More Rubuses on the next level. Oh, this big one looks like something I found near Barrio in the highlands of Borneo. Now I just have to find the name. Rubus alcifolius. Rubus alcifolius from Sumatra. Big leaves. Little pale green underneath. Purplish blackish spines. Here a couple calyxes. Oh, this looks exactly like the thing I found in Barrio, with this inflated bottom under the fruit. Here in this botanic garden, when you see somewhere on the label Sumatra or Java, in this case it doesn't mean this is the complete range of the species, but this is the spot where it was collected. So on pretty much all the labels here for any plant you will see just the name of one island. That doesn't mean it grows only in this island. That means this specimen was collected in this island. It's a different system than in other botanic gardens. I had to figure it out myself first. And here Rubus rosifolius. This might actually be the one they are selling in front of the botanic garden. Well, yeah. The leaves look a little bit like roses or like rubuses we are used to from Europe. They look a lot like raspberry leaves. The fruits look a lot like a raspberry, but also a lot like a strawberry. Again, just sour. I still would say that all those tropical rubuses are inferior to our temperate rubuses. Tell me, folks, why do the tropics abound in so many giant tasty fruits? Ready-made fruit trees like durians and artocarpuses and other things, and rambutan, so many wild rambutan relatives which you don't even need to breed, but you can plant them directly in the garden because they are good enough. Well, in Europe, we basically lack big fruits in Europe, big native fruits. The medium size are usually disgusting, and only the small berries excel. While here in the tropics, on the other hand, the small berries are usually boring and less tasty than the giant fruits. Please tell me why. Okay, more rubuses. This one is almost dead and has no label. This one is alive. Very conspicuous trifoliated rubus. Looks almost like a rose. Slightly red underneath. Well, let's show. The leaves are slightly reddish underneath. The spines, yeah, everything looks a lot like a rose. What's the name of this rose-like rubus? There is a number on this one and a number on that one, yeah. Good. So a gardener or botanist who works in the botanic garden will be able to find out what it is, but not me. Okay, let's go on to the next. This one looks again a lot like Molucanus, but not exactly. Also looks a lot like this thing I found in Barrio. Rubus chrysophyllus. Chrysophyllus, that means what the coppery leaf. Well, coppery leaf. Yeah, the underside of the leaves. Coppery or golden or something like this. The underside of the leaves and the branches are of a copperish color. Also quite big fruit bunches. What we got here? A really big one. I wonder, is it a really fast growing one or an old one or one they left to grow because they particularly like it? However, this big one has no label, but I guess this one here is the same species. Rubus ishangensis. I've heard this name before. Very dense cinnamon of thin, dark spines. Heart-shaped leaves. Pretty smooth on the upper surface. White on the lower surface. Really white. Very distinct inflorescence. Oh, very biting ants. Go away. Yeah, when ants attack you, just go away. Usually you can run faster than them. All those movies where ants attack people and animals and kill them, well, yes, that happens. Usually when you have your chickens or your pigs or your goats somewhere in a pen or in a cage, and they cannot escape. But a chicken, a pig or a goat or a human can totally escape the ants if they are free to go. Well, very beautiful rubus, but no fruits, but very distinct. Let's see, any more rubuses here? It seems those were all of them. Beautiful rubus collection. I wonder why it's here in the shade. Maybe they are running out of space. So this was the really stunning rubus collection of Chiboda's Botanic Garden in Java. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich Chiboda's Botanic Garden in Java. And if you want to receive more such content, it's not enough to subscribe to my channel because YouTube is not really recommending my videos anymore. But you must press the little bell icon to be notified about new uploads.